And we're back with round 4. We have Taahir Teladia on Bant approach against Amir Gelgor on black-white tokens, vampires.
Tokens.
Yeah, I think it's more tokens, in my opinion. Although his decklist does say vamps.
It's vamps versus and featuring the horse.
Yeah, it's vamps.
Life gain
plus
pony.
horse. Could even be like black-white soul sisters, maybe. Throwback to modern.
They're not really all female. I think the Soul Sisters deck is called that because the one drops are all chicks.
I guess
They
so.
all have the word soul in their name.
Yeah.
Oh no, they all look like Soul's attendants. The one's Sarah's attendant or something. Whatever. Taahir going to be casting board wipes. Amir going to be playing creatures. I think that's what we're going to see this game.
I do not think Amir is favored game 1 at all. I think game 1 is pretty bad because he has no real way to stop approach. And
Settle the Wreckage is pretty bad for him.
also Fumigate, let's not forget that.
Yeah, he can make it. No, wait, Yohani doesn't grow in this matchup. That is hectic.
Goes postboard.
Elenda's kind of nice.
Sort
I
of.
think, yeah, you'd have to have the Yohani Elenda engine on.
Taahir again, turn to search for a scanter. Been an ongoing theme for him this day. I think you bottom your counter magic here, you just want removal.
Not under too much pressure just yet.
Yeah, 3 points, not enough to really play
Like
shit
that
as.
Dusk Legion Zealot. It's nice.
It's pretty cool.
Replaces itself and like it doesn't really cost you anything. It's just here's a bit of pressure.
It's Elvish Visionary,
Tiny
except
little
the
bit,
vampire.
yeah. It's Elvish Visionary. Vampire Visionary. Yeah, I don't
Ooh,
know,
and
like
here's
the
going
cool name.
to be the Lord.
That's a nice chunk.
That's something that will
I don't think
pressurize
his Essence Scat is main deck for Taahir, so he's just gonna appear. He's like, what is that? No, it's a Supreme Will.
He does have Settle the Wreckage in hand though, so. And
Oh, that's pretty good. That is probably Amir's best chance, actually, just to flip that.
yeah, just grinding his opponent out of the game.
repeatedly
That's getting negated though.
Produce a 1/1.
That's 100%
Yeah,
getting
please,
negated.
please don't do that thing. In for 6. That's a clock.
So now the next
And I mean,
turn is
going
going
up
to
by 4 points
depend.
of life here.
Yeah, going up by 4. The next turn is going to depend on whether or not Taahir has an untapped land. I don't know if it does. I didn't quite see.
That looks like a land. Is it a
I think
cycling
it's a
land?
forest land. No, it's a torrential Gyalk. He doesn't have a land in hand.
No, there's one on top.
It's a tap land, irrigated
It's the
farmland.
irrigated farmland.
Are you greedy here? Do you bottom it and hope to draw an untapped land?
He's got it. He's used the.
Oh, he has an
he's
8th up.
got an
Never
8th
mind,
in hand.
never
It's
mind.
perfectly fine. He has the white.
He's just gonna pass back. I mean, he has to be
Wreckage
careful
is
not
really
to
good.
play into Settle the Wreckage. That is the worst card his opponent could have here.
I think he's just gonna go for it. I feel like he's. I mean, not that it's correct, but I think he's just gonna go for it.
Just attacking for.
Oh, he's thinking about it. That's good.
Unfortunately, he has moved to combat, so
Sizing
if he
up his
decides to play
opponent.
something, he may have to just give up having combat at all. Just attacking for 4.
No, he's
thinking
just
about it, thinking about
this.
it. Attack for 4. If I'm Taahir, I'll actually just take this 4. Well, it's not worth settling. He has a Supreme Will in hand. Got down to 9, it's not that much of an issue. He really wants to get to a point where he can cast Torrential Gyalk as well. Because Settle the Wreckage plus Torrential Gyalk, that's a combo.
Okay, Amir plus 2 points. Taahir down 4. Very healthy life total here.
And we are going to see Crested Sunmare. Or Crested Nightmare
That's nice.
for Fumigate decks.
That's real nice.
Gets a 5/5 that's indestructible. Every single turn. That's probably not going to resolve, it's definitely getting countered.
Does he have an extra 3 mana? Taahir just. Oh, that's good. Oh, get a little shiver down
Yeah,
his
that's
spine
definitely
there.
getting counted.
I would
Supreme
also
Will.
like if you didn't have one of those. And he's done.
And that's a land which he should probably keep on top. Can't be afford to be greedy when you need to get to 6.
Yeah, he's good with that. There's that tap land. Passes right back.
He has to be careful here because that Shepherd Dunes does represent quite a bit of damage.
Well, he's got the settled wreckage.
He's probably gonna have to use it here.
And he's got a reasonable chance.
Oh, going in for 6. It's a lot of pressure.
3 points.
You will have to settle.
Yeah, that's the settle.
It's a 2 for 1. He's exchanging settle for 2 cards. Actually, no, it's not even a 2 for 1 because the Dust Legion Zealot replaced itself, I believe.
Yeah, it's just he's saving himself some life. Yeah, that's really it.
Make sure you don't die, I guess.
And I think Leon's gonna unload onto the board now.
Has to hope his opponent doesn't hit untap land.
Taahir has a fair chance of hitting a tap land here.
There's a bunch of cards he can hit that will come into play untap. Aethab, Basic Land, Scavenging Grounds, Glacial Fortress,
yeah,
Sun
actually,
Petal Grove.
it's only the cycling lands that are coming in tapped here. You're right. Double Martyr.
If it does not hit a land though, it's an untapped land. It's the perfect card.
That'll do. Magical. Georg going to settle the wreckage here.
I mean, there's no choice but to attack into him. He can't let Taahir go turns without doing anything.
Turn, yeah. Was that an Elender?
Does look like an Elender.
Does he play it?
I think you play it. If your opponent had Fumigate, he would have fumigated already.
I mean, it probably holds the Legion Lieutenant back here.
And attacks for 6. 6 is a chunkable size.
Chunkable
thing.
size.
It's a chunkable size.
Chunkable size. Nice.
It's a lot of damage. His opponent's on 9.
Huh?
That's a bad card for Fumigate, specifically. I feel in this standard, exiling is super relevant.
Yeah, a lot of the time. Everything does stuff when it dies or it recurs from the graveyard or something.
Indestructible.
Something like that, yeah. Indestructipony. How many? How many do you want to commit here?
Just one. The second
he's thinking about it.
Just the one, I'll take it if I'm tired. Fine with just taking one.
He's considering just part. He gets in with both.
It's definitely gonna get settled.
Oh, he's thinking about taking it. He can reasonably just block the one and get some value off of the other. But what else is in his graveyard? Does he have a Glimmer? Does he have a Supreme Wall to dig with?
Supreme Wall versus exile both his opponent's threats. Like the exile's relevant against those creatures specifically.
Yeah, sure. Because he gets no
die,
value off of it, and he doesn't have another Gearhulk. In the same breath, he's running out of resources here.
Yep. That search is even further from flipping.
Only block one creature at a time. Amir very comfortably able to play pretty much anything that comes off the top of his deck here. If not Dreadlands, able to shrink the Gearhulk, and then he could probably just attack with a Legion Lieutenant. Pump it with the Shefet Dunes.
Nah, I think that's a bit worse than...
It's large enough to kill the Gearhulk and survive. If he goes...
No, because it doesn't give itself +1/+1. So
okay, so he shrinks the Gearhulk.
It becomes a 3/4.
Yes, and then he grows the Legion Lieutenant with the Shefet Dunes, which is +2, right?
No, it's +1/+1.
Okay,
only.
sure. So then it won't...
Yeah, it won't become a 3/3. It might be a better play to just shrink the potential Gearhulk and with sacking one of the white deserts.
Just repeatedly make it smaller. What did he draw there?
He drew
Glimmer.
Glimmer of Genius.
Okay, well, there's the resources he needed. Nice life pad over there. The Luckshak order sheet. That wind is... who opened that window?
I have no
Kill
idea.
somebody.
We're like just sitting at hand cam this entire game. It's just whatever they top deck is very important for us to know. Yep.
Okay, he's shrinking it.
Shrink the
But he's
potential.
using the Dreadlands and not the Shifet tunes, which is interesting.
Oh, he has
I mean, he's got Call to the Feast here.
Yeah, get 3/1/1 lifelinkers, which are actually 2/2s. Unfortunately for him, his opponent has negate. Two
Taahir,
mana.
nope, doesn't let it sit.
Negate. For a creature based deck, these negates are actually hitting really hard. Ooh. Spell Swindle disallow. Bottom both. Throw Glimmer Torrential. And that is going to be an issue for Amir to get past. The search is
That's
also
the
more
second
than
T-Hulk.
likely going to flip at this point.
I don't want to just get stuck on.
It's a land. You may as well bin it because you're getting a land.
Yeah, sure. I mean, going to 8 puts Nissa at that magical point where she hits for 10 in the
that's
air
not
and still sticks
too
around.
relevant. His
Not
opponent's
at the
on
moment,
25.
but it might be at some point. I mean, he's got a Gearhulk in hand. 3 hits from that. I doubt Amir is going to be blocking it. I mean, his life total
So the
seems
problem,
healthy at the moment.
in my opinion, with running Supreme Will and Settle the Wreckage in the same deck is it becomes way less valuable as a counter.
Yeah, sure. So your opponent is just... they're basically drowning in the flood.
Yeah, the Nissa is going to plus up here, scrying too.
Under...
You may as well
Get
bottom
wrecked.
both. And also, Nissa's in no danger of dying here.
She could die, but it's not likely.
It would be very, very bad. Glimmer of Genius.
This is not looking good for the tokens player. The Gearhulk is still a pretty sizable guy. It's a 3/4.
And he's
There's
just
another settle.
getting another settle and a disallow.
The disallow, less valuable. Yeah,
I think it is a bit less valuable.
Just get something else. Even another land, I think I'd be happy with it. I mean, the Glimmer of Genius is basic. I mean, the Settle the Wreckage is basically worth whatever Amir has on board.
Yep.
So I don't need counter magic if I can just deal with your board as is.
There was another land. Pluses up Nissa.
Oh, that's just under.
You just bottom both.
I don't like the counter magic anymore. With the Settled Wreckage and Gearhulk in hand, I don't think he needs to worry about countering anything. Maybe he feels... no, it's a search for Scantler. He should just bottom both of those.
Yep.
Maybe he wants more card selection. He's just gonna look like 3 or 4 cards deep 5 cards deep every single turn.
He's gonna cycle
7 cards deep every turn.
and then play the search. I think he's at the point where he's just gonna go for
5 cards deep every turn.
Yeah.
Is quite something.
Especially when you're in approach deck. Which it doesn't look like at the moment, but he does have approach. Yeah, Amir going down to 24. Drawing a card. Unfortunately, another land. Not going to be beneficial.
If not Dreadlands.
You can shrink the torrential again. Have a go at Nissa maybe.
It looks nice to shrink it, yeah. Shrink Gearhulk.
Attack for 2 at Nissa. Attacking for both at Nissa.
Hell, both are 2/2s. But settle down. Aww.
At this point, I do not see
You can have
an out.
some more lands. He's completely out of cards.
His opponent also still has a torrential in
Lonely
hand.
Dusk Legion Zealot. I think he's out of basic lands. This is insane. There are no basic lands left in Amir's deck.
And this is standard. Well, that settled things nicely.
Wow.
I could keep making these puns, but I'll have to settle on just, going on with this game.
I need a drink.
At this point, I don't see an out. There's no deal. Okay,
Oh, there
there's
it is.
approach. Do you even want to see how far this gets? No idea. Like with an active Nissa, you get to scry 2 down as well.
And he's got a search, and he's got a as counter.
So yeah, he's search.
And he'll just find it the next turn.
Okay, cool. Approach goes to game
7 from the top.
gain 7, go up to 16, top 7. Scry 2 with Nissa.
I think that's what's happening.
Glimmer land. Bottom both. I don't think you need either. The thing is definitely not winning with approach the next turn. Unless there's another approach on top of his deck.
Yeah, it's possible.
Legion's
Sure, he's only
landing.
got 1 land up.
Gets a scry off the search.
I don't like it.
Does not matter, it's just gonna get bottomed anyway. Draw. Fumigate.
It's like an approach of the second sun against this deck. You cast it and you win.
He just pluses up, bottoms both cards, approaches
Yeah,
then on top of
approaches
his
on top.
deck.
Also, a nice bunch of things like that. Yeah, he's just looking for it, yeah.
Past turn, this is game. May as well, I mean, maybe you'll play down something again. You never know. I'm deciding whether or not to actually cast the Sunmare.
Amir just going for it, man.
It doesn't matter too much. Okay, he's pumping his creatures by +1/+1. Attacking with both of them.
Okay, Tahir's on 16. I could safely just take it.
Block 1.
Sure, and the Gelg explodes.
Nissa goes down.
Amir gains 2 life.
Life total's irrelevant at this point. Crested Sunmare, get a
Pony.
5/5.
Get a 5/5. Sure.
Supreme will
No, please
reveal the top card of his deck basically. Because he only needs
he's
a
just gonna
block.
activate it just to make doubly sure.
Oh sure,
It's probably the top
he
one.
counted the Sunmare.
Ha!
Top card.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, revealed.
Wow. He should have shown him the bottom one. I think that would have been more correct.
Untap. Approach of the
Just gonna
second.
leave it on the table? Okay, no, never mind. Cast it?
And that is game.
Sure. Interesting. Yeah.
And
Let's
the
just
players
have a
will
look at
be
these deck lists quickly.
sideboarding.
First, we've got to see if they render correctly.
Yet again, The
There was a
tokens
problem
deck.
with Legion's Landing having the word flip behind it. But there we go. So we've seen both of these deck lists before. A little
So,
bit earlier today.
Black White token side. 2DS, Lost Legacy. Instant in. Maybe Twilight Prophet as well.
The Lost Legacy is reasonable here. Taahir's probably just gonna follow the same game plan.
He's always like
Just
every
put
single
in
match.
the critters.
It's like, oh, Regal Catacombs, you have many faces, Death Code Scavenger, Orange Tyrant, Adorned Panzer. Every single game. So far, like literally every single game, actually. Side out to approach with the second turn. I'd probably side out Search for a Scanter, but I don't know if I don't think he has been.
It's a good card. He likes it too much.
You may as well
The
side
card
out
selection
Disallow.
is-
May as well side out like Spell Swindle, Supreme Wall, all this counter spells.
Spell
Doesn't really
Swindle's a
need them.
little poor here.
Like maybe you
I
want to
think
keep.
it's safe to take out the Spell Swindle.
I think maybe you want to keep maybe 1 or 2 counter spells for the Crested Sunme. It's possible.
Sure, yeah.
This is still fine. Gideon's still fine.
I haven't seen a Radiant Destiny from Amir yet.
Yeah.
That's quite a card, giving your creatures vigilance and +1/+1 is
Glorious Anthem.
that's epic.
The real Glorious Anthem, you would say. More glorious than the
Bring
original.
Glorious Anthem.
It's pretty sad.
It's a good effect, and I think players that like going wide are always watching for that kind of card being printed in standard.
Do you side in negate here?
Side in,
Negate.
negate. Here,
I mean, side out negate. From
you
Taahir's
can't
side.
side negate in. There's
Side
no-
out. Side
Oh,
out.
take them
side
out. It's
It's been hitting a lot of his opponent's things.
well, there's 14 things in the deck it can hit.
And it's probably going to be a bit more than 14 postboard.
There are reasonable things to hit. Yeah. I don't think so. Look, the Spell Swindles need to get out of the deck. They shouldn't be there. I can make an argument for leaving 1 or 2 Supreme Walls in, but it really depends on how many cards he wants to put in, and I feel like he's just going to go 2 Adorned Pouncer, 1 Carnage Tyrant, 3 Death Court Scavenger, 4 Redo Caracals, and 2 Vizier of Many Faces, because that's just what he does. And so he cuts the Swindles, he cuts the Supreme Walls, he probably trims a Disallow.
He probably also trims approach.
Yeah, and he goes down on some number of approach. Just leaves 1 in.
All players look about ready to start. Oh, the dreaded pile count. Note, not shuffling. Count.
Well, let's see how many cards are in Taahir's deck. That's 15, 20, 25, 30 cards, 40 cards, 50 cards. This is so exciting. And he's got exactly 60 cards in his main deck. Unless he has some really sticky sleeves, which I hope he doesn't. The players are playing with the same sleeves.
Yep. Both players hoping for gold for this event. The winner gets an invite to the finals end of the year.
Yeah, this is round 5. This is
Round 4. Round 4. Still 1 round after this.
Okay, sure.
There is still potential for a 4-1 to sneak in as the winner. Unlikely.
Yeah, depending. We did have a draw, but that was at one of the lower tables. I think table 6, so it shouldn't affect the top 3 positions too much.
There is a chance a 4-1 can win. There might not be someone unbeaten today.
Well, these games have gone quickly enough. I mean,
For the
we're
most
about 20 minutes into this game, so they have plenty of time. I don't think this one's going too long.
There might be a game 3. It all depends on whether or not Amir can pressurize Taahir enough.
Let's see what Amir is working with here. Tap lands from both players. Amir leading with a Lord, meaning he probably doesn't have any other 2-drops, but he's got another Lord in his hand. What is it with that island?
I know.
It's just so
Island-like.
it glares at me.
Attacks for 3.
3 because there's a lord on the table. Plays another land. Passes by. Awful lot of tapped lands for Amir.
So here's a question for you, Don. Do you name Approach of the Second Sun with that last legacy?
Going in blind, yes. But I also know Taahir is a special character, so if I was playing against him, I'd probably just not even put in the Lost Legacies.
Alternatively, you could Lost Legacy Legal Catacle. That's a good card to hit.
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes things hard for him.
Or like maybe Lost Legacy out, Settle the Wreckage. That you can play around though, so probably Fumigate's maybe a bit ahead.
Yeah, Fumigate's probably the prime target here. I mean, Amir's deck is basically made of Regal Caracles, if you want to look at it that way. So it's not like you can't go toe-to-toe with a creature like that. So I feel like the hard board wipe is the problem. Oh, that is a big board. That is a lot of power. Does Taahir have a sweeper in his hand?
I do not believe. He has a Fumigate, but it is too slow.
He just dumped 9 power. There's a Caracal, and he just throws it off because he needs to find Settle the Wreckage right now.
He's also...
Even Gideon is not going to do the trick here.
You needed exactly Settle the Wreckage.
Is... Oh! There's a bunch of 3/3s coming. That is lethal. That is very, very lethal. That's 15 points of damage.
Actually, no. I think there might be a Settle the Wreckage in hand.
Well, it doesn't look like he's playing.
Oh, sure. Never mind.
I would definitely hold it up if it was a Settle the Wreckage.
It is just a Fumigate.
Playing a Scavenger.
It's his own legal character.
Getting 2, goes 13.
Just needs to see it.
He's a point. He untaps on 1 life here.
He could come back if he untaps on 1.
Amir has a Shifet Dunes. I mean, this is not... Is that a Shifet Dunes?
Yes, it is. But it requires 4 to activate. He top decks a land.
Got it. I wonder if he sees... Oh, he's got the Ixalan's Binding.
He never didn't have it.
Yeah, sure. And this is 15 points of damage. Just... Pow.
Take 15. That is game. That will do.
Next game.
One of the more aggressive starts from Black-White.
Wow. Call to the Feast just happened. It happened all over Taahir's face.
Explosive start. Taahir a bit slow out the gates. Didn't have any real early interaction. Amir is gonna hope he gets the next game just as easily.
I just went from tame to please help, I'm dying very quickly.
He died on turn 5. Turn 5.
I mean, this is a standard format, guys.
And this is not mono red or mono
it's
black.
just a black-white tokens deck.
Even Merfolk, which
plays 2 anthems, plays a Midnight Haunting type card and kills his opponent.
I mean, black-white tokens in Modern doesn't kill that fast.
Yeah. Because
they have to go Intangible Virtue on turn 2.
3 mana, not a 2 mana.
They have to go like Intangible Virtue turn 2 into Spectral Possession, into Attack for 6, into then Attack for like 12, and the opponent's still sitting on 2. Sometimes. In Modern, you do take damage of your lands though.
Yeah. It could. I'm sure that there's some sort of nut draw.
Back to the sideboarding for Taahir. Pretty strange. No Gideons.
Yeah, with the whiteboard, like Gideon doesn't look good. It just sits there and goes, well, that random 3/3 doesn't deal damage, but all the rest do. You know what? I feel like he's just looking at it like it was in his hand in that situation, and he feels like he doesn't want to get caught.
Although, if he was on like 2 points of damage, 2 points of extra HP in that game, he could have just emblemed. Kill the Gideon, you have to.
Yeah, fair enough.
But the Excellence Binding meant that didn't matter either way.
Yeah. Even the Shifa tunes, he could have just attacked through,
Yeah.
hit the Gideon for enough, and Taahir would have been dead anyway. Two ways out there.
And Toyd hoping to have settled the deckage in his opening hand.
Yeah, he needed it there. I think that's the card he needs.
Settle quickly becoming one of the best board wipes we've had in stand for a long time.
It's pretty good in modern too.
Yep.
It's like a hell of a card. Taahir probably just looking for the settle. He doesn't want the fumigates. Does he want all the fumigates in this matchup? Did he bring some in? I think he did. I mean, on the surface it looks right, but do you want
I think if you're siding in so many creatures,
extra fumigates in this game? I don't think so. I think he goes down to a single one. And perhaps leaves in the Supreme Will, because he needs a way to bridge the gap from his third turn to his fourth turn, and he must, absolutely must, find Settle the Wreckage.
both players mulling down though, due to lands.
Being on the play here is a little better for him though, because he will have access to the 4 mana a bit earlier.
Well, you will not die the way he died. You would have untapped and fumigated had he been on the play.
Fair enough. Sure, so you can put them in on the...
And he's double fumigate.
I don't think he can mulligan this.
I think he has to keep it. He's at 6.
He's got a Glimmer. He's going to scry.
He's going to bottom the cat.
He needs a land for the Glimmer into Fumigate. I think he's okay. Provided he finds a land. Does Amir have another...
Amir has a lot of lands.
Gross explosive start. No, I notice he's not playing the Sky March Aspirant, which is probably the best pressure the
real large amount of lands in his hand at this point.
Maybe he feels like, because they're not basic lands, it makes the Settle the Wreckage not so bad for him. Radiant Destiny here. Probably going to come down on Vampires. Probably going to get counted.
I don't believe Taahir has a counterspell.
It's an Intangible Virtue or an Always Watching, whatever you want. No, he's just got an Essence Scatter there. He says, okay, cool, let's put it on Vampires and attack you for 3. Puts him down to 17. That's a land.
Definitely just going to Glimmer of Genius here.
But he doesn't need to fumigate. In fact, it's terrible to fumigate here.
And Amir still has no creatures.
He's
just drawing lands.
Pounding in for 3. It's a fair amount.
It is a lot.
Tahir's going to get the Gearhulk before that creature is too much of a threat, though.
He's also probably... Well, he sided out Gideon, actually. You definitely take Supreme Wall, you definitely bottom the land.
I don't like the land.
No, he's not going to take either.
Does he want the... Oh, he put in the authority of the consuls, which is great here. I mean, the extra life gain is perfect. Also gives him a lot of extra space to play those fumigates. He can afford to commit.
The problem with something like Authority of the Consuls, your opponent's not a haste-based deck.
But the life gain is good.
At the same time, it's also just a 1-mana card. It doesn't really do much.
It gains him life. It's fine. It lets you take an extra hit every other turn. It's not... See here, it's essentially undoing, just for this turn, the power gain from the Lord. Because he goes up 1, and then he goes down 3. Which is the same as going down 2 points of life. And he can still play the Fumigate and gain extra life here. So, it's fine. I like Authority. Nice cap. There's an approach. He's got an Ether Hub in hand. Gets his energy. Is it board wipe o'clock?
I think he can afford to just play the cat.
It's about that time. I think his alarm's gone off.
Sure. The fumigate
Spray the
gains him
crops. Get rid of all
gains him
these
3 basically because
pesky pests.
the creature enters the battlefield. Tapped, of course. Not too relevant, but. And Amir top decking Crested Sunmay. Sunmay probably the best card he could have top decked at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good. Makes that second Fumigate look just a little worse.
Comes into play tapped. Gets a 5/5, goes up to 15.
Get a pony.
Oh, sure, Amir is actually on 22 because he gained life that
he's
turn.
gained a bit of life for those attackers.
And now he has the city's blessing.
Oh,
So
okay.
his
So his vampires have
vigilance.
vigilance.
They're not quite looking at lethal yet, so he could afford to play approach this turn.
Well, I think it's
Maybe
fine.
better to just play Search for Scanter and Fumigate.
Well, he needs to find a way to deal with the pony. And Fumigate deals with the pony.
Yep.
We're down to 2 cards.
The thing is though, if he approaches, he'll go up to 22. I don't think he's in any danger of dying at that point. His opponent could end up playing more creatures the next turn. I suppose he doesn't want to give his opponent another indestructible.
Yeah, look, every
force.
turn he lets it sit, that Cylindric, I mean, the Fumigate gets worse and worse.
So yeah, I think he's actually going to play the cat. Oh, sure, Search. I would have played the cat just to block the 5/5.
Sure.
Get it into your graveyard, then it becomes a 4/4 with double strike. I made horribly flooded in lands.
But he has a 5/5.
Which is true. 5/5, still relevant. May as well play Shafet Dunes, activate one. Not doing anything else with them.
It's a 3-turn clock either way. I don't feel like he needs to activate.
Sure. Well, it's not, because if he ever has to play a creature, it's gonna go up 1 life.
Fair enough. But he's got no creatures.
The thing is,
he's
though,
just drawing lands. How many lands are in this deck?
24, 23.
It's a fair number. Shafet Dunes.
Yeah, you see him sacking the Dunes here. Deal 6 to your opponent, put him to 9.
Why is that pony not tapped? Oh, there we go. It's not a vampire.
Yep, it's just a horse. Nissa, do you want Nissa? I don't think you want Nissa. Personally.
Not at this point, no.
He's gonna keep it.
Approach? Yes, no?
Approach and
Does
then
he
just...
have the space to do this?
I think he does. His opponent's not representing lethal.
Gaining the 7 life is strong.
He's nowhere close to representing lethal at this point. Approach the second sun.
Sure.
Let's go up to 16.
6, 7. Sure. That's good. You can get there pretty quickly.
Ooh. I think that's a Twilight Prophet.
That's a Twilight Prophet, and he has got the city's blessing. There's a 2/4 that. Ow! Ooh, that's gonna be a big problem.
Needs that third fumigate.
Definitely not what you want to see here.
I still don't believe Taahir actually wanted that Nissa. That Nissa's looking not particularly good. Yeah. So, they're going up to 12.
I think he's on 13 here. I'm not sure why. We must have added an extra point somewhere, but the players have just put
Sure.
Taahir to 13.
He top takes a cat. Cat's pretty good when you have double cat.
Yeah. But Amir has a Twilight Prophet here. And this is going to like really, really chew at Tahir's life total. What is the 5 mana force? The Regal Caracal.
Yeah.
That's
a
good way back into this game.
Double striking 5/5 if his double striker dies.
Yeah, I think Amir wants an Excellence Binding off the top. Okay.
Upkeep, you lose one.
And
I gain one.
Vampiric. Was Lost Legacy.
Ooh. Lost Legacy naming Approach of the Second Sun.
But now Taahir has a scary board. A real scary board. Shows the Nissa. Mind the camera. Mind the camera.
At least he's letting us see the deck.
Okay.
And maybe that's his plan. Only the one approach in the entire deck. And it's just there on
right
top.
there.
Still think you should have bottomed that Nissa.
Time for the Legion's Landing. Is it though? Does he put any more creatures down at this point?
Yeah.
He can block well.
The Legion's Landing isn't blocking. That's one thing that's not happening.
Oh well, Tahir's not attacking with that Regal Caracal.
He is definitely attacking with the Pouncer, in my opinion. Amir should probably attack with a Prophet, it flies.
I don't know if that was right. I mean, he has a bunch of deserts, and I think he has the mana to activate
multiple thingies.
Yeah.
Although +1/+1s.
Does he just play it here? Give Taahir the point of life? I mean, now both players have a fair amount of time.
Sure. Take us up to 13. Attacks
2/4 in the
3.
air. 3/4.
So here's the thing, it has Vigilance and +1/+1.
Vigilance in the air. It's big. It can block and kill the Dawn Panzer very comfortably.
It's a settle the wreckage. Nissa going to plus up in Sky. Definitely wants
I like both
of those cards.
I like them both.
I definitely keep both on top in the same order. Do you attack here? I think you don't attack here.
Well, if you're gonna attack with anything, it's not the Regal Caracal.
Or the Pouncer for this one. There's no profitable attacks. He has a 3/5.
Twilight Prophet is huge! He's gotta gain some life though. That's the thing.
The only way you really want to attack with the Pouncer is if you want to bring it back the next turn.
Twilight Prophet trigger.
Take 0.
0. Oh, that's poor.
He's drawing a lot of lands again.
I think you should kill that Regal Caracal right now.
It needs to die. It's the one
He's
thing
got
keeping
the
Todd in the
double
game.
Infinite Dreadlands. He has the mana to activate it. He can actually just shoot down Tahir's board with his mana base at this point.
Kill the Caracal first. See what happens after that. Unfortunately, now he's probably not going to play it Unsettle. I probably wouldn't in that position. But if Starlight Prophet does attack into the Settle, it's going to be an issue. So yeah, sacking the Deadlands, killing the Dawned Pouncer, attacking for 5.
Oh, and that's into
3
the settle.
and 1. Flipping the Legion's Landing, which is what he wanted to do, but at the same time, this is playing into the Settled wreckage, which is going to really put Toyd back in this game.
And he gets a pretty good swing next turn too. But Amir has got a steady stream of 2/2 Vigilant Lifelinkers, which is not nothing.
I don't even think he has that good of an attack next turn because Toyd is basically trading a cat for 4 mana. Doesn't quite need to gain life now that the Prophet's gone. May as well just bring back a Dawn Pouncer past the turn.
He can attack with the Caracal. We leave back the 2 Lifelinkers for blockers.
Sure.
There's nothing wrong with sending in a 3/3. I mean, Amir's hand is... Oh, he doesn't know it's just lands. But he sends in
going
everything.
in everything.
Cool. So he's going to make a 1/1 here and just block?
Yeah, block a 2/2. Take 5. His opponent gains 4.
Oh, we forget about the
they come into play
consoles.
tap.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And Toyd gains 4, goes up to 15. And Amir takes 7, going down to 16.
Tahir's on 16. We've forgotten something.
Oh no, Vampire ETB'd the turn before with the Legion's Landing.
Sure. Yes, sure. We did lose that.
The turn before. We just missed it.
The time before land before time. Land drop before time before this turn.
5 mana, bring back a Dawned Pouncer.
And he's got a Gearhulk. And there's a Settle in the graveyard.
It's reached the point where Amir is not looking favored
again.
again.
Lands.
Bottom the land.
It's... What is that?
The 2/1/1s, yeah.
So basically Tahir gains 3 life.
Yep.
This match is about to go into time.
Give the Dawn Pouncer -2/-2.
Make small.
Make
you
3
should
1/1.
probably just play these now. I mean, they're gonna come in tap
Yeah.
whenever you produce them.
Toyd gains 2 up to 18.
2 guys, not 3, sure.
There's no point attacking for 2. His opponent's creature is a 3/3 double striker.
It's a 2/2.
No, it's a
it's a 3/3. There's a
Regal gives a
freaking
plus 1
Caracal. Oh wow, what a card! Regal Caracal. Right back into this.
And we can't even make the double block because his creature will ETB tapped. May as well block the double striker, you don't want to die. Lose 7.
4, 5,
Toyd
6, and
gains... No, it's a 3/3. That's 10 points.
8. It's 10. It's 10 points.
Up to 28. A complete reversal of life totals. Still not sure why this green in this deck.
These guys are officially on turns at this point. Okay, so reduce his life total by 3 points. 4. because the second hit did no damage.
Sure.
The first strike killed the creature. So this needs to go down by the power of... The Tahir's got less life.
Yeah. Well, no, by 3. By 3. Because it would be 3 first and then 3. It is a 3/3.
Okay. Sure. Okay, that seems fine. We have the life totals updated now. A little confusing with all the back and forth here.
Trying to...
I think he just needs to find threats here. None of these...
I don't even think it really matters, to be fair. It's really hard for him to come back here. Makes a 1/1, so it gains 1. It could end up in a draw. That's the best thing Amir could hope for.
Oh, he's got a pile of blockers, yeah. The judge is just hovering around the table here, just trying to keep things flowing.
Unfortunately for Amir, though, that Nissa is getting close to ult. It will ult before time runs out.
We appear to be on turn 3. Does Nissa ultimate next turn?
I believe so. Unless it's on 5. I think it's on 7 though.
Let's just have a quick peek. Nissa looks... if we can just get that overhead view, maybe there's a clearer...
Yeah, it is on 7.
She's on 7.
And it requires -6.
Amir's on enough life to be dead.
He's just bumping his creatures, trying to gain as much life as possible here. Unfortunately, his opponent has settled the deckage.
Oh dear.
He is
oh dear.
considering playing it unsettle. If it's settle, I don't think he can win anyway, so he has to play as if his opponent doesn't have it. Attacks with
everything is getting in.
Attacks with 3 of them. And Torrential Galk settle the deckage. That will be game.
Yep, there goes your board. No life gain for you.
Turn of events.
Amir is looking for some... No, he's just done here. He knows that it's the game. And that puts Taahir up a game here. And he goes to 4 wins. Amir going to 3-1. And looks like it'll be Taahir in the final. We'll find out who his opponent is.
His opponent could be an X and 1. In which case, it all comes down to breakers, which we don't know how that works. Only Wizards does.
Voodoo.
Sometimes it doesn't work.
See you next round.